Yo, what's up guys, ProMakerDev here, back with another video on the top 7 CSS tricks that I'm pretty sure you didn't know about. Part 3. Now this is part 3, the last video of the series. I'm gonna show you the top 3 tricks that I'm pretty sure you don't know. I'm super sure you don't know, and I'm pretty sure that you're gonna learn something new. So stay tuned and let's dive right into it. Trick number 5, being so cool at using CSS Borderradius. Alright, in this trick, you're going to use Borderradius like a professional, like a CSS god, alright? So, I'm just going to create a box real quick, like a square. So I'm going to do a div, and I will get rid of the blank space, and I'll just call it div, or, you know what? Be more creative and do a box, okay? Alright, so this is a div called box, very simple. I'm going to give it dimensions so that it can become a square. So box height 100 pixels and width 100 pixels as well. And background. What's your favorite color? Alright, I'm going to guess blue, right? Yeah, I got it, yeah. Oh, it's not blue? Okay, then it's definitely light blue. How about that? Oh yeah, see, I know you. All right, now I'm gonna push it down a little bit using the margin. So I'm just gonna go and write margin, and I'm gonna do 20 pixels. Let me see where this takes me. All right, that's pretty good. We can actually see it. I'm actually gonna make it just a little bit bigger and do 150. That's better. And copy paste. All right, that's much more better. Now, normally, border radius. Normally, when you want to set a border radius, you're just gonna put a value like 50%, and you'll make it a circle just like this, right? But I'm gonna teach you how to use border radius creatively. All right, so let me just get rid of that crap. There are multiple ways of using border radius, all right? So the first option is to put one value, and that value is just going to set the border for each side, for each corner. So if I do 100 pixels, as I showed you before, and save, refresh, and it's not working. I don't know why it's not working. Oh, that's because the height and the width. Oh shit, what a coincidence. Alright, how about we put this to 40? Yeah, that'll work. So, basically what this border radius is doing now is putting this value to each corner. So this corner is giving it 40 pixels, and this is 40 pixels for each one. For each side, it's giving it this value. But what if you were to put two values, 50? Alright, no, I'm gonna do 50. No problem. So you see now it's actually just applying the 50 here and here. All right, so the top right, bottom left takes this value right here, and the 40 stays right here. Okay, so now I'm going to do I'm going to set the border for each side manually. So I will set 4 values, right? I'll put 4 values right there. So I can do 30 pixels and then 15 pixel. And that will change it. As you can see here, this is the top right, just like in the margin, top right, left, bottom, I don't know. Top, you know, this takes here and that here, and then this right here, and the 15 right about here. Cool. Alright, so now I need you to focus, because this is where the whole trick takes place. Okay, so it's actually pretty easy. It's just a little bit interesting, alright? Alright, so by default, we know that the border radius takes each value and apply it to each corner, right? Here and here and here and here. And that means it will apply the same value to both the horizontal and the vertical radius. But what if we want to set each of them separately? Then, at that point, in this case, we're going to have to use slash. Have you ever heard of that before? Like putting a slash right here and putting different values? If you did, please comment down below, because I want to know if you guys know that or not. But If you don't, then you're gonna learn it right now. All right, so how about we look at an example? So I'm just gonna delete this whole thing and put only one value so that it applies it to all the corners. So I'll put I don't know, like 20 pixels, and refresh, and there you go. We got 20 pixels for each corner, just like usual. Now I can just put a slash and put another value, let's say 14 pixels, and if I hit refresh, it changes just a little bit. So if I change, you can barely notice it. That's because the values are a little. Let me just change this to 60, okay? All right, you can see that it made a lot of difference. Now this 20 pixels, the first value, it's actually applying to the horizontal radius, so this one right here, and the 60 pixels, it's actually applying it to the vertical. So this is the 60 and this is the 20. And by that, we're actually going to be able to create any shape we want, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. You can actually add more values here so that you can control each corner. So you actually can put up to 8 values in the border radius. So because this is horizontal, this is vertical for the corner number 1, and then 2 for the corner number 2, and then 2 for the corner number 3 and 4. So that'll be a total of 8. But here's the most fun part. All right. So if you want to create your own shape, you don't want to keep messing around with those values because it'll get a little bit kind of messy when you have 8 values, right? You don't want to keep messing around with them, adding one and then getting rid of one. It'll be a disappointment. But if you wanted to use this website, it will help you enormously. All right, so what this website does is that it allows you to, it kind of generates the code for you, and all you have to do is drag those points and create your own shape. It's really freaking easy. So all you have to do, drag the points, make whatever shape that you want. Let me just create a shape real quick. Kind of looks like a leaf. All right, here's a shape. It's pretty normal. And then you click on copy, copied to clipboard, and then paste it right here, and then refresh. There you go. You got the shape that you want, which is pretty cool, right?
Trick number 6, adding magic to CSS.
Oh man, I'm pretty sure you're gonna like this trick because it is so freaking simple, and I'm pretty sure you'll like it. All right, so I'm just gonna create a P, and I'll put a lorem there. Refresh. All right, so we got this paragraph right here, and when we select some of it, it will automatically gives it this background, this blue background, and it will change the color to white. So this is the default styles, all right? But if you want to change this, you can actually do that. I don't know if you know about this, but there's actually a trick for that not a lot of people know. So I'm just going to select the P right here in my CSS. P... freaking hell. And then right here in the P, I'll put 2 colons, and I'll put selection, and whatever I put in between those brackets, I will be actually changing the P only when it is selected. Alright, so whatever I put here, I'm gonna change the background and the color. So I'll do background color to whatever value you want. I don't know. I'm gonna do pink because I don't know why I like pink. It's kind of light and not very dark. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, I'll change the color to green and save the HTML and refresh, and boom, mother. It's pretty cool, right? You can change the background and the color to whatever value you want. Depending on how the style is, if you've got like 2 main colors and you don't want the blue to be there, like the default stylings, you can actually change it to whatever you want. So here you go.
Trick number 7, CSS Problem Solver.
finally the last trick of the whole series. This is the last trick, number 7. It's actually the last trick. You can check the title down below. It says the top 7, and it's the 7th. So, you know, logic, baby. So this trick is gonna be all about pointer events. Now I know, you're too cool for this. You might already know this, but there are some things you don't know about this cool property, this CSS property that is not pretty popular. All right, so to demonstrate the whole thing, to explain this thing, I'm going to create a div, and I won't put any text inside of it, and I'll just call it layer, because it will act pretty much like a layer. All right, and now I'm here on the CSS, and I will first of all target it, and then give it dimensions. So height 100 view port height, and width is also going to be 100 view width. All right, and I'm going to give it a background to visualize it. I give it pink. It's my it's a pretty cool color. All right, and if I saw it right here, it's before the text. Now I don't want it to be before the text. I want it to be over the text. All right, so I'm going to position it. I'm going to position it fixed, and I'm going to set the top. Whoa. Okay, I'm going to set the top to 0 and the left to 0, and hit refresh, and there you go. Now the text disappeared. I'm scrolling, but there's no scroll, and that's because the text is actually under this this pink div, right? That's why I called it a layer, because it's pretty much like a layer. Now I'm gonna set the opacity to 0.5 so that we can see through it. And as you can see right here, this is a layer over the text. Now the thing is, if we wanted to select the text that's under this layer, if we wanted to select it, we're not going to be able to do that. You see, I'm actually clicking or selecting this text, but it's not working. And that's because I'm actually not clicking on the text. I'm actually clicking on this layer, and it is not selectable, right? It's preventing me from selecting what's underneath. And if you have anything that's below this, say it's not very important to select the text, you don't want to do that, you don't care about it, but what if you have a button? If you click on it, it won't take you anywhere. That's because you're not even clicking on it, and that's just this layer is blocking you from doing so. And you might be wondering, why the hell would I create a layer like this? Sometimes you really will create this layer to perform a certain task. It might be transparent. It doesn't necessarily have to be like pink with a opacity of 0.5, but you are going to need this layer. To actually make this work, I will use this pretty cool CSS attribute that is called pointer events, and I will set its value to none. This is the most popular value. The rest are pretty much useless. Alright, so now that I have refreshed, if I wanted to select the thing, it will select it, alright? Which is pretty awesome, right? I can click through any link, and it just worked. And basically what this property is doing is that it actually is keeping the appearance of the div, but it gets rid of the functionality. So when you click through it, you can't click through it. The mouse goes directly to what's under the layer because it's not clickable, right? And I'm going to show you a demonstration for this that explains it pretty well. Now, there is actually another way of using this pointer event. Let me just get rid of this whole thing, and I'm also going to get rid of the layer. So if I refresh, everything is gone. Now, I'm not going to create a layer. I'm going to create a div, and inside of this div, I'm just going to create an anchor tag, and let me just put a real website. I don't know. I'm just going to do https youtube.com, and inside of it I'll just put click to go to YouTube. All right, the div is going to be called link, and there you go. If we click on it, it just takes us to youtube.com, which is cool. It's working. Now I'm targeting the link, the entire div, and inside of this div, I'm gonna give it a pointer events to none. And guess what happens? It's getting rid of the functionality, and it keeps the appearance. So now, before we refresh, if we click on it, it takes us to the link or to the website. But when we refresh, when we click on it, it takes us nowhere, and it is selectable. It works just like a normal text. It doesn't work like a link anymore, and that's because pointer events got rid of the functionality, which is pretty awesome. You might be in a problem where you really need this trick to help you out solve that problem. Alright guys, that's the end of the video, and that's also the end of the whole series, this top 7 CSS tricks series. It only have 3 videos, alright, so it's not like a big series, but anyway, so if you like the video, please give it a like, you know, a thumbs down, because that helps me in a cool way. Is it possible to say this? I don't know. And also, if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel, because I'm getting really obsessed over this. I don't know why. I'm just keeping, you know, I keep refreshing the page of my YouTube channel, checking if anybody actually subscribed to me. I only have 55 right now, and obviously people are not like subscribing to me, and that's because my videos are not reaching so many people, right? So if you are actually watching this, please consider subscribing, because it will help me enormously, as always. If you have any questions, comment down below. I'm gonna be happy to give you an answer if I could, which is, you know, I can give you an answer, right? Because I'm cool, right? I'm just kidding. Also, the links, all of the links, you know, the links of the websites and all, are going to be down below in the description, including the source code. So, peace.